Well, Israel has also been under attack. Iran launched a new wave of retaliatory strikes overnight. A number of attacks targeted central Israel. Falling debris and shrapnel damaged vehicles, buildings and facilities in several cities. Let's get the picture now from Nida Ibrahim, who's live for us in Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Nida, so Iran has launched its 48th wave of strikes. What does that mean for Israel and, of course, how it prosecutes its war?
Well, it complicates the scene a little bit, especially when Hezbollah has joined the fighting with more force than anticipated and expected in Israel. We've been hearing Israeli officials, including the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in the past few weeks or even months, talking about a degraded Hezbollah, a weak party that has been weakened because of the continued Israeli bombardment and strikes throughout the war on Gaza. But now what seems to be happening, according to Israeli military analysts, is a surprising power that Hezbollah has showed the Israelis with its ability to not just fire rockets into northern Israel, but also conduct joint attacks with Iran, sometimes simultaneously. According to Israeli officials, it shows the power, the high organizational command that the party has with Iran, as well as amongst its forces, to be able to launch such attacks. And we've seen in the past few days how the Israeli army has instructed soldiers not to be patrolling through the area in the bordering area between Israel and Lebanon, fearing these anti-tank missiles coming from Hezbollah. The continued rockets have been triggering sirens all across the northern Israel area, but also in the past few days we've seen how Hezbollah rockets have managed to target central Israel areas where there are military sites, strategic locations. This all has triggered the Israeli military to talk about expansion of military activities inside Lebanon. The Israeli Broadcasting Authority this morning talking about wanting to send as many troops as possible into the area between the southern Litani River all until the bordering area, a massive area. According to the Israelis, this will give them more control if they occupy the land in Lebanon. It would give them the ability to protect the communities in northern Israel. Now, the belief is that Hezbollah wants the Israeli communities in northern Israel to evacuate. They've actually issued evacuation threats, saying to these people that they will continue targeting these areas. Now, the Israelis, this is another point that is important for them, to try and signal Israeli power, Israeli ability to control the situation. They have not asked these communities to evacuate just yet, but it seems to be that these rockets that have been concentrated, at least as of last night, mostly in northern Israel, attempt to achieve that goal of evacuating these communities from northern Israel.
Nida, there was a key vote with the government a couple of days ago to extend the nationwide emergency orders all the way to the end of March. What does this domestic lockdown, I guess, look like for Israelis, and what does it signify by way of a potential full-scale ground invasion, or operation, at least, in southern Lebanon?
Well, we are now looking at, we are looking at the third week. Now it's Saturday, the third Saturday since Israel has launched and the U.S. has launched its offensive on Iran. That means that millions of Israelis are having to go to shelters day and night, sometimes for long hours at a time, as well as not being able to go to businesses. Yes, some restrictions have been eased to allow some businesses to operate where people can go if they have a close shelter nearby. But then we've seen these cluster munitions attacking certain places, killing Israelis who have been in construction sites, kind of raising yet the alarm and the alert amongst Israelis. So we are talking about a situation where the Israeli government is intending to try and show its population that we can get to some sense of normalcy, but at the same time, they have been attacked by Iran, by Hezbollah, massive rockets that are not allowing them to continue with their daily lives. There are no businesses operating as usual. The economy's losses are estimated at $3 billion every week, as well as people not being able to send their kids to schools. All of this has to be played with the military objectives that the Israeli government says it wants to achieve by weakening Hezbollah, by weakening Iran. They have been talking about the need to continue with this war and not end it prematurely as what the U.S. President has been signaling in the past few days. The analysis here in Israel is that the Israeli officials and the U.S. counterparts agree that the war will need to continue and last a bit longer.
Yeah, those special emergency measures in place until March the 26th, we understand. Nida, thanks for that. Nida Ibrahim in Ramallah.